All right, guys, here we go again, doing more volume. Gotta love these formulas. Just love them. So today we're going to do the volume of a sphere. In your workbooks, we're on page 606, okay? Cranking through these puppies. I love it. All right, so volume for a sphere. So this would be like for a ball, for the earth, right? Sphere. We're talking about spheres today. So the volume formula is right here. It is 4/3 pi r cubed. So this time you have to do r to the third power. Now, this fraction, for those of you that are kind of freaked out about it, you can do 4 pi r cubed and then divide by 3. That will give you the same thing as doing times 4/3. But the thing that's really different is that you have to do the radius to the third power, okay? All right, let's go take a look down here at this example. So they have 4/3 times pi, and then their radius is 6. So 6 to the third power means 6 times 6 times 6. You have to do it 3 times. By the way, that is not an 18, okay? And so when you get done and you multiply all of that out, you get a 904. Let me show you in the calculator what that looks like using a 4 and then divided by 3. So 4 times pi times radius cubed. And if you have a little caret key, that's this upside down V looking shape, that's the caret that's going to raise it to the power. Okay, you can do to this third power like that. Okay, and then divide your answer by 3 and you get 904.8. Okay, the other thing that you could do is just multiply this out, 666. Okay, oh, evil. All right, let's go try the got it's part A and part B. Okay, keep in mind that the formula is going to use radius cubed. We need a radius, and this has the entire diameter. And so just our radius is going to be 11. So we're going to do 4 times pi times 11 cubed divided by 3. There's my 4/3. So 4 pi 11, 4 times pi times 11. And you know what? I'm going to type this all out so that you can see it. So it is 11 cubed, 11 times 11 times 11, and then divide that by 3. So 5575.3, rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay. All right, let's go do this one. So 4 pi, our radius is 5 cubed, right? Divided by 3. There's my 4/3. So let's go do this one. Now, the other thing I can do, if you want to take care of the 4/3 all at one time, type it in, right? 4/3, okay? Times pi times 5. Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Let's go get that back in there. Times 5 times 5 times 5. So again, 3 times because that's cubed. So that answer is 523.6 cubic millimeters. Okay? All right, so here we go. Example number 2 down at the bottom. It's just in the form of a word problem. It says that the diameter is 8 feet, so you have to make sure that you divide by 2. That's why they're doing a 4. And it does say that it is a spherical stone, and so it's in the shape of a sphere. Let's go try the got it problem up at the top. So in the form of a word problem. So a dish contains a spherical scoop of ice cream. So how much ice cream is that? What is that volume? Okay, so we're going to do 4/3 pi, and then we need our radius. Radius is 1.2 cubed. Okay, so I'm going to go multiply all that out, divide by 3. So 4 times pi times 1.2 to the third power. I'm going to take my answer and divide by 3. So we're going to get 7.2 cubic inches. So that's how much ice cream we're going to eat. Okay. All right, number 3, we have a volleyball. It says that there's a diameter of 10. So again, make sure that you divide by 2 to get the 5. And Oh, this time we're actually going to pump it full of air, and it says that it can pump at a rate of 325 cubic inches per minute. So how long is that going to take? So you're going to go find the volume. Okay, you find the volume, and then when you get done, right, you know that this is how many cubic inches of air is needed. And so we're going to take that number and divide it by 325 to get how much time it takes, how many minutes it's going to take. So let's go try number or letter D, the got it problem down here. So we have a snowball with a diameter of 6. So first of all, right away, I'm going to say, okay, well, the radius is 3. Okay, it's a snowball, so it's in the shape of a sphere. How long would it take for the snowball to melt if it melts at a rate of 1.8 cubic centimeters per minute? By the way, it would melt a lot faster out here in Vegas, that's for sure. All right, let's go find the volume. So I need a 4/3, a pi, and then a 3 cubed. And let's go get that typed in. So hopefully I've shown you a couple of different ways that you can type all of these things in, and you know what you are more comfortable with actually doing. Okay, so the volume of this snowball is 113.1 cubic centimeters. And it says that it's going to melt at a rate of 1.8 per minute. Okay, and so 1.8 times how many minutes is going to give me this volume, right? And so that's why we're going to divide it to figure out how many minutes there are. Okay, how many minutes it's going to take. So 113.1 divided by 1.8 gives us about 62.8 minutes. And so just a little over an hour. Okay, to get that thing to melt all the way, right? Again, it's going to melt a whole lot faster out here in Vegas. All right, so have you heard of a hemisphere before? A hemisphere is just half of a sphere. So you find the volume of a sphere and then you divide by 2, okay? And so here's a hemisphere, right? And you just divide by 2. Let's go try the got it at the next page, at the top. All right, so we're going to go find the volume of this hemisphere. So remember, we're doing 4/3 pi. Oh, I need an r, right? I need a radius, and the whole diameter is 2, which means my radius is just 1 centimeter. So I'm going to do 1 to the 3rd power, and then I'm going to divide that answer by 2 when I get done. Be careful. This is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, not 3. It's not 1 times 3. It's 1 times 1 times 1, okay? So just be careful with that. So here we go. 4 pi times 1, 1, 1. Okay, divided by 3. I get an answer of 4.1887-ish, but I need to divide that by 3 because I have to do the 4/3. And then that's my volume. So I'm going to turn around and divide it by 2 to get the hemisphere. So we're looking at 0.7 cubic centimeters. So one more time, 4/3 times pi times 1 to the 3rd power. Okay. Oh, I must have done that by 4/3 already. Yep, I sure did. Look at Miss Hunsaker, brain farting right and left. So that's the number we have to divide by 2. No wonder that seemed awfully small. All right, so 2.1 sounds a little bit better. Look, even Miss Hunsaker messes up sometimes. Let's see if we can do the next one a little bit better. So the volume of the whole sphere is going to be 4/3 times pi times 9 to the 3rd power. So let's go get that typed in. 4/3 pi, 9 to the 3rd power. So I get 3053.6. Let's double check. 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay. Now I can take that answer and divide by 2. So I get 1,526.8 cubic meters. All right. All right. This is that time, right? You're going to pause your screen. You're going to go work on these problems. You're going to unpause and check your answers to see how you did. All righty, guys. So we are back in. Let's get back to it. Let's go take a look at the guided practice. Okay. So a couple of things really quickly. Again, it's just a matter of how you get it typed in, right? Make sure that you're rounding correctly. Excuse me. For this one, again, it's just a matter of can you type it in correctly, okay? Number 3, Sarah's blowing up a balloon. I went ahead and wrote over here what I typed into my calculator, okay? I got 113.1. And then I want you to listen. Let's see if this makes any sense, okay? So it says, suppose Sarah can inflate the balloon at a rate of 200 cubic inches per minute. 200 cubic inches per minute. So how long is it going to take to inflate her balloon? So one more time, 200 per minute. Our answer is a little over 100. So how long should it take her to blow up this balloon? If she can do 200 per minute and we have a little over 100, right? It should take her about 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more than 30 seconds. So when we get an answer of 0.5 or 0.6, if you want to round it up to the nearest tenth, okay, that's going to be half a minute, a little more than half a minute. So we're looking at about 30, 35 seconds or so. So this answer does make sense, okay? When you go to do numbers 4 and 5, please make sure that you're dividing by 2 so that you get a radius. So I like to write it down so that I know what I'm putting into the formula and into the calculator. Again, I write it down so I know what I'm putting into the formula and what I'm putting into the calculator. And these are hemispheres, so you have to make sure you do that extra step of dividing by 2 for both of them. Okay. Number 6, down at the bottom, this is a really good question for those of you that want to take it to the next level and do a little bit of algebra. The question said that the volume of a sphere is 2/3 the volume of a cylinder. They have the same radius, but the height is 2r. And so I put in the formula for the sphere. I put in the formula for the cylinder. Here's my pi r squared times h, knowing that my h is 2r. So that simplifies to 2 pi r cubed. And if I go back, it says the volume of a sphere is, so the sphere is 2/3 volume of the cylinder. So 2/3 times the volume of the cylinder. So I just put these in. And are these the same thing? That is the question. Okay, see what you end up getting. Hopefully that you are a little clear with this and you can do a couple of problems and try on your own. I am going to be randomly grading some like I always do. Your assignment is going to be page 609, okay, the independent practice, and then page 611 as well. Do we need another bonus question? How about I give you a bonus question of number 10 or 11? So maybe you can work on trying to get some extra credit. Remember, no work means no credit. Okay, so again, your assignment is to do pages 609, page 611, and then numbers 10 and 11 will make bonus questions, okay? Keep in mind, no work means no credit, so make sure you're showing me. Tell me what you're typing into the calculator, okay? All right, go, go, go.